Hi, my name is Melissa Schlachter, and my informative speech is on understanding toddler temper tantrums. Could you imagine a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tiny, feisty little girl thrashing herself on the middle of the aisle in the grocery store? How about noticing her mother who is red-faced, mortified, and trying to find the nearest table to hide under? Most parents have dealt with toddler temper tantrums at some point through their child's developmental age. It would be giving them too much credit if we tried to decide that each toddler strategically decided when they were going to have these thrashing moments of temper tantrums. If your child is either hungry, thirsty, or tired, this also decreases the threshold of their frustration and increases the chance of them throwing a temper tantrum, according to the Mayo Clinic. Many parents, whether single or married, deal with temper tantrums either once or even several times during a week. You are either dealing with the dreaded terrible twos, the horrible threes, or the feisty fours. Each child goes through these stages from anywhere from the ages of 1 through 4. According to the National Association of Psychologists, on average, temper tantrums are evenly dispersed among boys and girls. Most temper tantrums are experienced, like before, as 1 or even up to 3 times per week. Being a mother of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, I have had my fair share of temper tantrums. I feel my patience at times running thin and find myself at my wit's end. Other times I find myself working through each temper tantrum, as I have been taught different skills to implement into these temper tantrums. Also, I have found through trial and error things that either work or do not. Temper tantrums are one of the most common developmental stages of children to the ages of 1 through 4. I will now inform you of the classic examples, correct responses, and prevention of toddler tantrums. I will first discuss the classic examples of toddler temper tantrums. Every parent that experiences the toddler stage can shed light on numerous examples of toddler temper tantrums. Some of these examples include whining, kicking, screaming, thrashing, biting, and any type of body thrashing. According to the Mayo Clinic, temper tantrums are classified into 9 different temperament categories, including hyperactive, high intensity, distractible, irregular, negative, low sensory threshold, initial withdrawal, poor adaptability, and negative mood temperament. According to Daniels, Medlecko, and Luthi, tantrums are most common during the 2nd year of life when language skills are still trying to develop. Toddlers are unable to communicate verbally what they are trying to say during their moments of frustration. This then in turn leads to a temper tantrum. Ear-shattering, teeth-jarring screams can pierce the air. I will now talk about the correct responses for a toddler temper tantrum. There is currently no one way to prevent toddler temper tantrums, as this is a part of a natural child development. But positive reinforcement has been known to be key. It is crucial for parents to be consistent when raising their toddlers, whether this means going to the grocery store or being consistent with nap time to make sure they are getting proper sleep. According to the Mayo Clinic, praising good behavior shows positive reinforcement, then leads to good behavior by the child. By distracting your child when increased frustration will also likely defer a temper tantrum from arising. Regardless of the child's age or stage, it can be virtually impossible to reason with a child during the temper tantrum. Arguing with the child will only raise this temper tantrum, escalating worse than what it previously started. Finally, I will talk about the prevention of toddler temper tantrums. Most parents are better off trying to avoid a temper tantrum rather than trying to fix it in the midst of one. Rewarding the child for positive attention versus negative attention has been known to be key. When you sense frustration starting with your child, state, "Let's go for a walk," or "Let's read a book." It is important to remain calm and not argue with the child, as it is easy to succumb to their behavior with your own frustration. However, try to remain composed. According to McDaniels, Medlecko, and Lucy, raising your voice and yelling at the child will only escalate the temper tantrum as well. It is better to always think a few seconds before reacting. No matter how you look at it, temper tantrums remain in every child. It is important to be rational with each child and acknowledge their age and developmental. Being a parent of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old has taught me so much about patience. There are several ways to implement consistent discipline. Temper tantrums are one of the most common developmental phases of children 1 to 4 years old. Hopefully one day we can learn a magic word that will just fix all temper tantrums, but until then, try to remain calm and rational and always implement positive reinforcement, consistent discipline, and your child will likely not have as many temper tantrums. Thank you.